Hi class, today we are going to be looking at naming and sorting triangles according to their attributes. Now the one thing that you will have to remember is all of your angles and naming the angles. But you'll also have to know that sorting out triangles is sorting them out by their sides as well. So these are three different types of triangles that we have that we can sort out by their sides. The first one that we have here, all three sides are actually equal to one another. And when we put these dashes on, that means that all three of these sides are equal. With that being said, this triangle with three sides that are equal is called an equilateral triangle. I know, equilateral, all three sides are equal. The next triangle, this triangle here, it actually only has two sides that are equal. This other side down here is smaller than these two sides. Because of this having two sides that are equal, this is called an isosceles triangle. This triangle down here, none of the sides are equal to each other. This makes this one called a scalene triangle. So, three sides that are equal, equilateral triangle. Two sides that are equal, an isosceles triangle. No sides. That are equal is a scalene triangle. The other way to sort out triangles is by their angles. For our first triangle here, all three of these angles are acute. So that means that this triangle is an acute triangle. For this one here, we have one of the angles is a right angle. The other two are acute angles. This one is called a right angle triangle. For our last one, we have one obtuse angle. The other two are acute. But because of this one angle, this is called an obtuse triangle. Now, the question is, can you have triangles with two right angles? Or can you have more than just one obtuse angle in a triangle? I want you to think about that for a second. So I gave you the question about whether you can have two right angles in a triangle or whether you could have two obtuse angles in a triangle, and the answer would be no. Our example here, even if we were to actually try to draw it out, if I was to draw a line and make this side a right angle and then this side a right angle, these two lines would be parallel, and that means they would never meet. therefore not making a triangle, because a triangle needs to be 3 sides that are closed. This, of course, would happen with the obtuse as well. Trying to do 2 obtuse angles in a triangle wouldn't work either. If I make 1 obtuse angle on this side and 1 obtuse angle on this side, these 2 sides would never meet. Therefore, it wouldn't be classified as a triangle. Now that means that triangles can be classified 2 different ways. You can classify them by their angles, and you can classify them by their sides. For this triangle here, all 3 sides are equal. What was that called again when we were talking about the sides of the angles being all 3 of them equal? It was called an equilateral triangle. At the same time, we have to look at its sides, at its angles, sorry. And all 3 of these angles are acute. So this is also an acute triangle. Now for this one here, none of these sides are equal to each other. So when we're classifying it by its sides, this is a scalene triangle. Now when we're looking at it by its angles, we have an acute angle, and then an obtuse angle. Remember that one obtuse angle makes it an obtuse triangle. Now for this one here, we have 2 sides that are equal to each other. This one is longer. That makes this isosceles triangle. Now these ones are acute, all 3 of them. So that makes this also an acute triangle. So as you can see, triangles can be classified by 2 different things, their angles and also their sides.